Hey, so, um, what happened today?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
Apple had their WWDC conference, which, people who don't know that, what is it, Q?
It's basically where Apple goes and they tell people about what's going to be coming out this year that has to do with new products and stuff like that.
And their software.
Yeah.
So in this video, we're going to be talking about the new MacBooks. And we're going to start out with the new MacBook Air. Now, it's basically the same as before, but the insides are different. So we're going to go to select my MacBook. So what they added into the new MacBook Pros is the option to get the new Ivy Bridge.
Wait, we're
Which,
on MacBook Pros?
no MacBook Airs.
All right, good.
And the new Ivy Bridge, of course, and you can get up to, I think the highest gigahertz was 2.7
Yeah.
that you can upgrade to, and that is still, I mean, you're not even like at the base model to get those. They added to where you can get 512 gigabytes of flash storage, which is, it used to be just like 116, I think, and then
128.
yeah, and then 250, whatever, 50, yeah, 56. And they've also added the ability to get 8 gigabytes of RAM than before, and that's pretty much the newest stuff for the MacBook Air. Basically, it's just better for the newer processors that Intel just released. And so yeah, let's get to the MacBook Pro. That's the big difference.
All right. Okay, so MacBook Pro. All right. Basically, the MacBooks have looked almost exactly the same for like the past 4 years, maybe.
Yeah.
And the big difference with this one is they have no longer a 17-inch MacBook Pro, which is personally my favorite because I like big screens. I have a 17-inch laptop right now, but they came up with a new look for the MacBook Pro. There's two different types. There's the thicker one, and then there's the thinner one. The MacBook Pro with Retina display only comes in 15-inch, and we all know what Retina display does. It's like a very, very, very good screen. It's on iPhones
It
and
has
the new iPad HD.
it has over 5 million pixels, which is more than an
Yeah,
HD TV.
yeah, and it only comes in 15-inch, but it's also as thin as the thickest MacBook Air, I
The
believe.
thickest part of a MacBook Air.
The
You know
thickest part
how
of it.
like it goes down,
Yeah.
it gets thinner as it goes down. But basically, in the original MacBook Pro, they changed the graphics card to NVIDIA, which is trying to appeal to more of a gaming audience. But those graphics cards aren't actually that good.
What NVIDIA
Um,
graphics cards are there? Do you know?
GeForce GT 650M.
That's actually a really good graphics card.
Oh, well, and like
The thing
the
about
video didn't look so
the,
like
the NVIDIA
good.
graphics cards, what they do is, I believe if I'm not correct, they have different series. There's like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 650, I think, is the newest graphics card they've come out with. The 1, 2, and 3 you probably won't see in any gaming computers just to run an actual operating system, but the 4, 5, and 6, the 4 can do a lot when it comes to gaming. I have a 580 in my laptop, and
I have a
it,
555.
yeah, and the 500s work really well, so you can obviously imagine the newer 600s work really well. So,
And they upgraded the Ivy Bridge, and the highest I think you can get on that is actually 4 gigahertz, which is pretty much good.
yeah.
And that's with turbo base, it's not with just the base. And then the new MacBook Pro, the 3rd generation MacBook Pro, is a 0.71 inch, like, I don't know how to say that, like centimeter? No, millimeter.
.71.
Millimeters. Like, of an inch. 0.71 of an inch. Like,
71 hundredths of an inch.
yeah. And,
There you go.
yeah, that's how thin it is. It's basically like it looks the design of it is the same as a MacBook Pro, the second generation, but it looks thinner. They took away the optical drive to make it thin, which you're gonna have to buy if you want to be able to play CDs and update.
That can be
stuff.
simply solved with an external
Yeah,
optical
you have to
drive.
get the super drive.
But since Apple wants to make everything difficult on all human beings on the planet, they're probably going to make it so that you have to have a particular type, which is also going to be very expensive.
Well, they sell it. It's called the super drive.
How much is it?
$80.
Yeah, see, I could go to Walmart and buy one for a PC for like $20, but that's just the way Apple works. In the past, me and Garrett have been very fond of Apple computers. I used to have an iMac, but lately I still think Apples are great. I'm probably gonna get one when I go off to college, just so that it'll last me a long time. But if you want a gaming computer, still stick with a PC no matter what you do, because PCs are better for gaming like a businessman or someone who's just using it to write papers or something like that, then definitely go with the MacBook. But if you're a kid, you want it for games, recording on YouTube or whatever you want to do, it's definitely better to have a PC.
Yeah, definitely the MacBook Pro, the newer one, is more. They try to appeal more of a regular, casual audience of buyers, and not really, and be able to get more people, not like just gamers. Not that many people. Like lots of people play games, but not as much as a lot of other people that get PCs.
Yeah.
And what they have done, they've added a lot of new inside and outside features of the newer MacBook Pro. They're allowing you to get now 16 gigabytes of RAM, which they've never done before, and that's also flash RAM. I think, I don't know like what that is. I think it's just faster than normal RAM.
Yeah. Also, another thing that I would like to talk about is the price for these. The 15-inch starts at $1,800 and the 13-inch starts at $1,200.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The price is high, but what you're getting is actually pretty nice. Like you get two 3.0 USB, and you don't get any 2.0. It's like all the USBs are 3.0.
See, but that's what I'm saying. I paid. See, the thing about it is MacBooks, they're really good for the long run because they last a lot longer than PCs. PCs have an average life of 4 years. They say after 4 years you need to upgrade your PC, buy a new one if you have a desktop, put new parts in it or something like that. But a MacBook you can honestly use for like 6 or 7 years without a problem. The big thing though is when it comes to pricing, depending on what you want to do, if you want a computer to leave at home, you should probably go with a PC desktop, because even a 15-inch one that starts at $1,800, you could buy a desktop that's a PC and pay $1,000 or less and have twice as much hardware inside of it.
Yeah.
So like Garrett's got his Alienware. It's got how many gigs of RAM and everything? 4, and then it's got a terabyte hard drive, right?
Terabyte and a
really good graphics card and an i3, but the i3 runs at what, 3.6 gigahertz?
I think that's with the turbo boost.
Yeah, so his i3 can run at 3.6 gigahertz with the cooling all day long. But if you try to do that with the MacBook Pro, you'll have slower speeds because you're going to start slowing down your computer, and you're just going to burn it because you're trying to push it too hard. So for the most part, if you want something to leave at home, definitely go with the desktop. You can even go with one of the iMacs or something like that. iMacs are really well. The Mac Pro, which we should probably be getting to now, is also really cool. Let's go ahead and look at that.
I wanted to finish the MacBook Pro. There's other stuff. They actually, for the first time ever in Apple laptops, they've actually added HDMI to their laptops.
So you can just look it up on TV.
Which lots of people have been wanting. There's 2 Thunderbolt ports, which not that many people make Thunderbolt. The cord is ridiculously expensive. It's $50, and just for a terabyte of like extra external memory is $300. For the Thunderbolt, which is kind of ridiculous.
But Thunderbolt speeds are much
ridiculously
faster.
fast. And they're also selling 2 adapters for that, which is the gigabit internet cable, which is the first time they've ever done that. And
Ether.
no, it's Ethernet, and then the what's the other thing? The firewall.
Firewall.
Yeah, the Firewall 800 adapter for the Thunderbolt. And then I don't know what the new MacBook, the Mac Pro, is about. They didn't talk about that at the conference.
Well, I know they are putting the Ivy Bridge in it, and I know also it is like basically the fastest
there's no
computer.
Ivy Bridge, it's just the Xeon.
Oh, it's.
I don't know what's new about it. I think it's just
Xenon
newer stuff.
Yeah, basically, this is the most powerful computer that Apple has ever tried to develop. It has like 12 cores and all this stuff, and it's got really nice graphics. It's a ATI Radeon HD graphics card, I believe, and the thing about it is, I prefer NVIDIA graphics cards, but this is still a really good graphics card. You could have up to 4 512 gigabyte solid state drives, and solid state drives are much faster than like a regular hard drive with moving parts inside of it. And 512 times 4, that's
oh wait, no, yeah, okay. I thought it was the solid state was the regular.
No. Solid state is they have 2 types of hard drives. There's one that has moving parts where it's basically spinning like an optical drive, but in a much smaller, compact form that's inside your computer. And then they have solid state drives, which are faster because they don't have to go through all those moving parts. Yeah. The graphics card you can get in 4, 6, or 12 cores, but obviously the price goes up with the amount of cores you want and the amount of power you want. To be completely honest with you, for a desktop that runs at 3.2 gigahertz, I don't think it's worth it. But you know, it all depends on what you want, because
it's also a lot more cores than normal.
No, that's not true. The base model comes with a quad core, and it's 2500.
Yeah.
An i7 is quad core.
Yeah.
So it's actually. I personally don't think it's worth to spend $2,500 when you could buy 3 computers for that price, especially when it's just a desktop. When you could buy an iMac for half the price and still have
Apple's computers last a lot longer than.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you could get a 27-inch iMac with a really good display, right?
No one wants to get those right now because they're not new technology in there. They're about 2 years behind right now.
Obviously, they have i5s, I believe, and it's the Sandy Bridge i5, which was the last version of the processors. But they're how much? Like $12.99, I believe.
Well, the most expensive base, like I don't know.
The most expensive.
When you go to the very high, like you can still. When you go to the $2,000 one that I'm looking at right now, you can still upgrade it more.
But what I'm saying, do these have external ports when it comes to HDMI and stuff?
No MacBook has ever had HDMI.
No, I meant the Mac Pro.
No Apple computer has ever had HDMI.
So what would you connect to the? Would you have to buy an Apple monitor?
No, you can get an adapter to hook it up to VGA to your TV or just a monitor.
See, but what I'm saying, for $2,500 and it's a quad core, I just don't see why I would spend that much money on something.
But yes, all these computers are out today and selling right now, which is pretty fast for Apple. They've been planning on this for quite a while. But yeah, go check out our next video, which is either iOS X Mountain Lion or iOS 6. So
iOS 6 Mountain Lion or iOS 6?
iOS X.